So I am in my creative flow, okay? I'm determined. I'm sitting here, I'm making things happen, like tangible things happen. I'm bringing my ideas, my goals to life, and I am making a lot of progress. I'm doing it like I'm focused, okay? I'm in the lab working. And then life started to life again. My uncle ended up passing away, and it's like, grateful because not grateful that he passed, but I told y'all we was in the hospital together, and they only gave him a few weeks to live, and he lived months later. And so everyone knew that it was eventually going to happen, but it's like, it was a lot. So my uncle ended up passing, and then of course about a month later, my pawpaw ends up passing. And it's like, oh, here we go again. And so that really put a halt to my creative process and things. Like I just wasn't energetically feeling it anymore. I didn't have the drive, the energy to accomplish what I was working going. I just wanted to just be and exist and kind of process all that was happening at that time. So in my pawpaw, he passed about June, and what in June, and what was crazy was I remember God coming to me 7 days before he passed, and God was speaking to me about my pawpaw, and he asked me, because I guess my pawpaw he was ready to go, and God asked me like, he can go tomorrow, that because that he wants to go. He can go tomorrow, or he can go, in 7 days. And of course, I'm considering, my family, like they have to say their goodbyes and, prepare themselves. And so of course, I said the 7 days. Now, I don't know why I didn't it just slipped my mind that we had the conversation, because again, I'm still trying to, process my uncle's death and everything, and it just slipped my mind. And then of course, once it got closer to, the 7 days, obviously things were being more intense. The doctors gave him, a few hours. So of course everybody's, here gathering around trying to ensure that they're there for him in his last days. And I kid you not, on the seventh day, that's when my pawpaw ended up passing. And it was just like, oh my goodness. And then my sister, she ended up making me. My sister, she did some stuff, basically preventing my pawpaw. He had two funerals, and my nephew, he was supposed to spend the whole summer with me. He decided, he kept reminding me he's spending dang there his last day of school, he coming to spend the whole summer with me. And of course, I don't mind. Like, he's always welcomed. I will never tell him no. He can come here as long as he like. I'm okay with that. And the day I was supposed to get him is the day my pawpaw passed, and she refused for me to get him. She refused for me to get him, making excuses. I'm not even going to tell you the extra stuff, but yeah, making excuses. And so that's where I removed her from my covering. Because I was fed up. I had enough. It's like, all right, whatever choices that she make, whatever she do, whatever happens, it's all upon her. I'm stepping away. I'm pulling my energy away officially, because enough is enough. That was the last straw, because family is so important to my nephew, and I know how important family is to my nephew. And for you to try to isolate him and neglect him from seeing his pawpaw as if he don't know his pawpaw, like, yeah, that was the last straw for me, honestly. And so that ended up happening, and it just kind of threw me off my game and off my focus as well. So Again, what ain't off my focus is money. A sis knows she still need money. She ain't making money off the tea. She ain't making money off the book. So we need some type of income. What are we finna do? So I'm sitting here, applying to jobs. I'm like, okay, now I said June. So now I'm putting myself out there. Now it ain't never been hard for me to get a job ever. Like ever. But ain't nobody calling me back. Like, ain't nobody, I'm not hearing, it's crickets. And I'm like, I know I'm qualified for these jobs. I know I can get these jobs. Like, why ain't nobody, like, giving me a chance? So that caused more stress on me because now I have absolutely no more money. When I say broke, broke, like broke. Okay. So my mom, she then picked up all the bills. Now this is June. And so again, my plan was to begin working. Like I planned everything out. I was so strategic. I stopped working. Okay, in that time, I'm gonna work on my goals and stuff. And then, but by June, that's when I'm gonna start applying so that I can get a job. Yeah, no. There's another factor. They gotta actually hire me. They have to want me, But that was never a factor before. Like, I, especially with my experience that I have now. What? Why is it so difficult to get a job? And so again, the pressure was on, and I'm like, okay. I don't. It was a lot. And so that's where, again, I'm working on myself. I'm learning myself because I know the power and, thoughts, emotions, and the things that it attracts. So I'm trying to train myself not to worry, not to stress, and to train myself to stay balanced and aligned and at peace so that I may attract the right things to me. Because I've noticed that everything bad that happened and occurred, literally I attracted that. I was going back in old journals and I'm like, everything that I was worried about, everything that I was stressed about, I literally brought it to life. Literally every single thing. And I said, I cannot have that. I cannot allow that to happen no more. So I have to be intentional with the energy that I'm illuminating from me. And so that's where I learned to remain in a state of positive being. Yes, negative emotions occur and they happen, but I kid you not, they do not last long unless I myself allow it to last long. But I don't allow it to last long. It's like now it's I see things differently. I feel things differently. Stress just does not exist. Like me being upset, mad, worried, doubtful, unsure, suffering, lacking, and sorrow, that seems to just, almost forgot how I was. I don't want to remember how I was, but that's how it's like I mastered it. And I'm like, oh girl, you did that because that was difficult, but it's like I knew I had to master it because the power, I just could not attract certain things. I could not manifest negative things. And I felt like it was important for me to change my state of being in order for me to attract the right things.